Western Schools, Counselor Josh Smith. Hi, Josh.
Bart, thanks for having me on again today.
Yeah, good to see you. Good thing we don't have school happening today for, I think, 99% of the county.
Yeah, I think everyone's finally done with school. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a few students, Frost, I believe, might still be at it.
Yeah.
All right, so last Friday for most kids, last day of school. What are they doing this week? Laying on the couch, sleeping in?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of students who are enjoying some rest and relaxation, right? And I think one of the big questions that we get from parents, from like as a school counselor or a principal or a teacher is like, what do we do with our kids now that summer's here, right? They're not going to school. And so do we let them sleep until 10 o'clock in the morning every morning and play video games and binge watch on Netflix? Or do we like get the textbooks right back out and keep the morning routine and you know, which direction do we head with that?
Textbooks. You want kids to keep their minds active with textbooks?
Right. So we wouldn't want to go that direction, right? Because they're probably not reading their math textbooks during the year very carefully regardless. So do we really want them doing that in the summertime too? So, you know, where's that happy medium? We don't want to go to either extreme. We don't really want students just sleeping in all day, every day, and not doing anything all day. And the other extreme is they get no breaks, right? So what do the experts say? What do educators say is the best way to go about that? And it's kind of like right in the middle where it's totally appropriate and reasonable. We all need vacations from the daily stress, the daily pressures of work or school. And so it's definitely appropriate to take a couple weeks, maybe a week or two, and just relax, right? After that period of time, though, the research shows that it's good to start getting back in to a routine, some sort of a routine around the house. And so we want to start thinking about, like, when is a reasonable time to expect my teenager or my person who's not in school to be up in the morning? You know, probably not much past 9 o'clock if we want to still experience somewhat of a morning and experiencing, you know, not oversleeping, so to speak.
9 o'clock. That's your recommended time.
That's
up and at 'em by 9 o'clock.
That's my recommended time.
And you have kids, so you speak not only as a counselor but as a dad.
Yeah, 4 kids. So developing some sort of a routine, which includes like exercise, chores, definitely appropriate. It's okay. And some parents need to hear this. It is definitely okay for you to expect your children to do chores during the day. Those life skills that, you know, taking out the trash, doing the dishes, unloading the dishwasher, loading the dishwasher, folding laundry, vacuuming, all those kind of things are life skills that they're going to need, and it is totally appropriate and reasonable to have those expectations for your children.
I get it. Emptying the dishwasher, folding clothes. You're going to do it when you're a big boy.
You're going to do it when you grow up and when you go to college and things like that. And then kind of reintegrating. So again, we're looking at the beginning of summer break, taking a little time to rest and relax, getting back into the routine, setting the expectations, but then starting to engage in different kinds of activities here in Jackson, where you're still going to be engaging your mind and learning, but there's events in Jackson, like I know the downtown has the car show that they do, and Bright Walls that they do it again. Lots of different activities you can do here in Jackson that will engage your mind and gets you in touch with the community, allows you to socialize, and there's really some great opportunities there.
Yeah, Josh, no shortage of things to do. Obviously, we've got so much more this year than the past 2 years because of the pandemic. But is there a danger of overload on camps and activities? Some kids as soon as they get out of school, they go right into a sports camp or a cheerleading camp or daycare. It's like there's not a break from a daily full day routine.
I definitely hear what you're saying, because it is important to have that time to be a kid. Let a kid be a kid. You're not a grown-up yet. It's not time for 100% responsibility all the time. So I would say definitely take the time to rest and refresh. I do think it's a good idea to, if you're having trouble re-engaging or getting back into the routine, to consider some of those camps. So while we don't want to overload and overstress during the summer, if you're struggling to find things to do, then it would be kind of a good idea to spend a couple hours maybe at your local school district doing the camps. Like right now, Western has tennis camp, soccer camp, basketball, football, whatever you're interested in doing. If you're struggling to get out and find some physical activity, that would be a great way to do it, get involved in some of those camps. And I know, like, I saw that someone from Spring Arbor's on next, and they have some awesome camps right now. My son just finished up his tennis camp today, so he enjoyed that as well.
All right, so get up and out of bed by 9 a.m. What about bedtime? Because kids, the argument is, there's no school tomorrow, Dad.
Yeah, and that's tough. And we want to have, again, kind of an expectation of a routine, so there's still like a bedtime, maybe a little bit later than during the school year. And of course, the summer does allow some flexibility. So if you're watching the NBA Finals tomorrow night and you're like, no, 10 o'clock bedtime, can't watch it. It's summertime, right? Let's stay up and watch the NBA Finals or whatever it is that we're watching. So reasonable bedtime is definitely appropriate.
So many kids grow up where the summer is just, for me, we left the house at 8 in the morning. We didn't come home until 6 o'clock when our dad or our mom was screaming on the front porch. We were just gone, running around. I have no idea what we did, but that was every day, all summer long.
Love it.
Yeah, but kids, it's not like that anymore.
Yeah,
it's not safe. It's the safety aspect. You can't just, our mom had no idea where we were.
Yeah, and it's different now. I do really like that though, how that there's that socialization piece, and you're out with friends doing safe things, and that's one of the things I'd like to talk about just at the end here is not only reevaluating where your students are at, but reevaluating where you are at as a parent. During the summer is a good time to do that. So, as a parent, how am I modeling and teaching my children important things like employability skills, which we didn't talk about? That's another good thing to do over the summer, is if the student is old enough, a good part-time job.
Oh yeah, employers would love to, because they can't find people.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a stressful 40 hours a week, but a couple days during the week to learn how to budget, learn how to save, learn what a paycheck looks like. Even though you're making $14 an hour, you don't really, when the government takes their portion. So learning those kind of things. But as a parent, are we modeling, are we teaching work ethic, employability skills, character, those things that often we're finding that we're teaching in education, and we want to re-emphasize to families. That's where we could have the best curriculum in the world, but if mom and dad aren't modeling and teaching those kind of things, it really puts the student at a disadvantage. So am I modeling as a parent? How do I make good decisions? How do I interact with authority? But not only modeling it, but then actually teaching it. So that means you're not just showing them, but then you're actually speaking it. So for example, somebody cuts you off in traffic. You model the good behavior, but then you also take a moment and share with the children, hey, look, that guy cut me off and I was really upset. But I didn't shout, I didn't honk my horn. I took a breath, I exercised patience, and I just want to let you know that as kids, I was really upset. I could have responded poorly. Or you're in the grocery store checking out and they overcharge you, and you look at your kid and you say, hey, listen, I could have gotten upset, I could have made a scene, I decided to treat that person with respect. And those kind of modeling and teaching moments are super important for kids.
Or go ahead and blow up and just say, that's not
how to do it.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Keeping his kids safe, and I believe off for the summer for the first time in his grown-up career.
Yes.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
From Western Schools Counselor Josh Smith.